Welcome to episode 4 of the Everyone But Us podcast. This episode is part 1 and 2 because, quite frankly, we couldn't shut them up. Enjoy.
You're listening to the Everyone But Us podcast, straight from the heart of London.
Yo, what's up? My name's Waymer. Right ahead of me, I've got the White Suge Knight. To the right, I've got the Prince of Wakanda. Yo,
Wakanda forever.
What?
So Wakanda forever, man.
Wakanda forever.
Ain't you seen that? Oh, yeah, I've seen it, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I've seen it, man. It's alright.
I saw it on the plane before I was going back to Wakanda for like 2. Actually, I went to Ghana.
Yo, what's up? Anyway, you're listening to the Everyone But Us podcast, episode number 4. Make some noise.
Yo. Hey.
Yeah, what's up, man? Now, first of all, I'd like to apologise for the last podcast. I was listening back, and the amount of times we said, fuck, I'm only going to say it once in this whole podcast, was ridiculous. Like, every other sentence, the word F was in there. And
it's because we're from London.
I think it's a product of our education system in the country, like, and I think it needs to be. I don't know. Say what you want in it.
No, but you know what it is? When you're around certain people, you tend to swear more.
Yeah, definitely.
So basically, when I'm around you goons, you make me swear more. So maybe I need to.
I always get told that by my sister. She's always like, "You do swear a lot." I'm like, I don't think I swear a lot. And then we'll be out, so when I just be dropping F-bombs everywhere, like not those F-bombs, but I mean like, the fuck, like let's just clear that up real quick anyway.
Yeah, for real, man.
But yeah.
Anyway, man, the voices you hear in the background, we have got a very, very special guest. Can I get a little bit of
or guests, you should say, special guests.
Yeah, sorry, man.
No, he's just holding my water.
A little bit of suspense. We have. Now we have TRC. Dynamite.
Yep.
TRC. Go down. Yo, we got Chris and Anthony from TRC, man. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, mate, thank you, man. Absolute pleasure.
Pleasure, man. So, how you guys doing, man?
Really good. And I was just saying, it's kind of nostalgic because this is the first room we ever practiced in as a band back in 2004, man.
For real?
So yeah. The first
man.
room. So the fact that we've come back and now we're being interviewed by you guys is fantastic.
It's kind of mad, man.
You were playing. I think Chris was on drums back then. I remember it was the first time I'd ever done vocals, and he said, "Yeah, just turn up to practice and just shout." Yeah. And I had no idea, what I was going to sound like at all. And Nobby was there.
Yeah, it was really bad, but it was good.
Was the room this bad when you first come in?
The room exactly the same.
Yeah, because
we always used to call it. We always used to call it the one with the stage. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, when we said.
When people say like, "Oh, where'd you practice?" Yeah, it's got a stage. We thought we'd be coming in some massissive recorded studio. No, it's just a little platform that we all just about fit on. But it's good. They have a fan now, which is lovely. So,
they've upgraded and bought a fan.
Yeah.
So I think the amps are the same, Just looking at the amps, they're the same amps as well.
I was going to say, for those that don't know, we're actually at Mill Hill recording rehearsal studios.
Music complex.
People come here to rehearse with their bands.
We're going to rush over here and try.
I know all the women are going to come running and go, TRC!
It's a good job it ain't live, that's all I'm saying.
So before we start, Steve, are you going to apologise to Chris for throwing shots at him on episode 1?
I know he's my biggest fan. He's always sliding in my DMs, man, with praise.
What, dick pics?
Now, do you know what I said to him before? Because it was during the Prowler interview, and I thought it was Alex from Prowler. I was like, I'm going to fucking tear him apart in this interview. He's like, oh no, it was me.
No, but it's all
right,
fun,
man. It's all right. I think it's a very apt description, Earthworm Jim, man. Like, sometimes see it when
you've got to look at them photos from like 2001 and that. You'll understand.
All right, I thought you was very brave considering Chris is a black belt. Do you know what I mean? How long you been? So you're a black belt, isn't it? How long you been?
Yeah. Second dan black belt.
Second dan. You know what? I didn't see that until I saw videos on Instagram of you beating up a 6-year-old.
Yeah, it's great. That's what I did my tests on. That was it. I've been doing it since I was 7. But it was one of those things. It was like an extracurricular thing. When you're a kid, your parents push you through, and you're just going as an after-school activity. And then it got to like 13, 14, you want to start giving up because you get interested in other things, music being one of them, girls being another.
Yeah, for real.
And then thankfully they kept me going, and so then I started to train for black belt, got black belt, then took over one of my instructors' clubs. Now I've got my own club, so yeah, I've been doing it for a while.
Andy, do you do any sort of mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu, any of that?
No, man.
You just do crazy.
I used to do Thai boxing.
Yeah.
I think I did that when I was 16, and then got injured in a fight. But then I was working. Yeah, cause I work a lot. I mean, full time, and trying to find the time to do the band as well. That's hard.
Yeah,
so if I threw in full-time martial art, I don't know. I think one would have to give. So so I can't do that.
And you ever thought about going to like one of Chris's classes and
just get beaten up and get busted out? Yeah. With a load of 6-year-olds beating me up, that's what will happen.
Is it true what they say? Like, if you had to ever use your karate skills in
years ago, yeah.
Well, that was that time, the bouncer in Plymouth as well.
Tell us about it.
When he put him in an armbar. That was quite good, that TRC show.
Come on, man, you got to tell us a full story.
I said too much on here now.
Just, no names.
He can do it. It's when I go out, I'm just like, do you know what? At least my best mate's a special weapon. So if I get in any trouble,
mate.
Chris.
No, I think a special weapon's a bad kind of like. That's a bad descriptive comment.
But no, it's like anything. When you're around like 16, 17, and you start thinking you're useful, you start acting like a bit of a dick, don't you? And then
you
grow out of it. It's like a different kind of energy. So it's like. No, I don't get into arguments now. Of course not.
I remember when I was young, I went to a karate class, man. And it's like, innit, you do your first class and you literally come out and
you want to show your friends.
You're a karate kid and all that, man.
Yeah.
But like, is it true that if you use it in the street, if you got into it with someone, do you have to tell them that listen, I'm a black belt?
No,
is that true?
It all just comes down to like with reasonable force, doesn't it? In a court of law.
So you ain't got to say someone.
Excuse me, stop right there. I'm going to warn you.
No, I heard if you're a trained fighter and you really hurt someone, that can go against you because it's like,
of course,
it's like using a weapon.
So, but again, it all comes down to with reasonable force.
Using a special weapon, don't forget.
That's it.
Before we get into it, man, I can't believe I'm going to tell this story. I don't know if Chris remembers.
Fucking hell, man.
Fucking years ago, man, like, I was in Basildon. Oh, you know this, bro. And we missed. We tried to high five, we missed. There you go.
I was in Las Vegas in Basildon, and I was there with some of my friends. And I just remember turning around and I saw this big geezer just lurking by the bar now.
Just on my J's, on my Jack Jones.
He was in the club on his own, isn't it?
The backstory was...
That ain't unusual for Wayne, to be honest.
No, I had no mates. But what it is, I come to the club because my friend knew the DJ. But then we came to the club and he then bumped into a girl that he used to do a thing with. He disappeared, so I'm on my J's. And then I bumped into Chris and I was like hanging out with him. And then, do you remember there was a girl, right?
Mate,
that proper off. Was on Chris all night. You weren't really feeling it though, were you?
I wasn't.
You weren't really feeling it. So cut a long story short, this girl was on Chris's nuts all night. And then I come out of the club, and I'm not sure exactly what happened, but like, this girl was getting into an argument with another girl. I think it was another girl.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah. So then the bouncers have seen this, and the bouncers have surrounded these two girls. And like, right behind the girl that was on Chris all night was another female bouncer. So I can't remember exactly what happened. I think one of the girls tried to grab this girl's arms, and as she tried to grab her arm, this girl swung her arm back, like to say, like, as though to say, "Get off me!" But as it's kind of catapulted behind her, and she smacked the female bouncer straight in the face.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
And then like,
it all kicked off. The police turned up. She got carted off.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, I didn't call her.
She was in the back of the police van crying, going, "Oh, Chris, help me!" And Chris was just walking down the street.
The window.
So I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, I remember it.
But wait, you did take her number though.
So let's get to it, man. Yeah, TRC, man. You guys have just been on tour, man.
Yeah, we did a little weekend run of shows. We just really come back, isn't it? It's been the last couple of years has been a little bit frustrating because we haven't really done much when we were on like such a roll with it for a while. Obviously, Charlie and Lascelles left. We got in a new drummer. We got in a new bass player at the minute. Anthony's just had a kid. Ben's got married. James has had a kid. So it's all a bit like, stop, start, stop, start.
Yeah,
but we just did a little good run of headline shows. Where did we play? Nottingham, Manchester, and Glasgow.
It's decent.
So it was
That's
wicked.
deep.
That's all we could afford right now. It's like
I
little
thought you done
3-4 days. No, Europe's in September.
Oh,
Sick.
right, man.
Yeah.
I
Good,
mean,
man.
the last time you played London was with Tempest Frey and that.
Yes.
Borderline, innit?
Yeah.
But
That was
on-
good. That was just like a
that was
one-off, a
one-off
comeback
show,
show to, because we dropped the new EP, Lifestyle, and we thought, let's play London. We did the Borderline, and that was actually all right, wasn't it?
I was gonna say, how were the shows? Like, what was the best spot, Anthony, man?
I think
You allowed to say
Manchester
that?
was really good.
Yeah, Manchester. When did you play in Manchester? What venue?
So it's,
Not sound.
that's
Sound
not there
Control?
anymore.
I never.
Star and Garter's done, innit?
Star and Garter was
It
the
was
one
Star and Garter.
back
That
in the
was
day.
the first time we played in Manchester.
They're both on their phone trying to figure out.
I know exactly. Where did we play? Rebellion.
Oh,
Rebellion.
Rebellion, yeah. I've heard that. It's
It's quite
Nah.
new.
kind of new venue, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was really good. I mean, we've always had a good reception when we go up north, and it was nice because the shows were on a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I think rather than a Monday night in Manchester, I think people were like, all right, Thursday night, we'll go for it.
Yeah.
fair enough.
And it had been a while since we played, so lots of old faces there, lots of new faces. It was good fun, and then we're over in Germany in September. But it's the longest set that I think we've ever
You guys
played,
play-
the current one.
Do you know what? Bands in hardcore generally play 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You guys.
We're doing like an
Yeah,
hour.
an hour set now, man. 11,
How you fucking
11
pulled it
songs.
off, man.
How was set?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's it. No, yeah, but as we've got older, I was thinking we should be playing these sets when we were younger. But I do feel it now. There's only so many.
Yeah,
chants I can do.
yeah, for real. Do you have a routine you have to go through when you're on tour?
What, like a warm up and stuff.
No, you don't. No partying.
No, we
It's
do.
always like whichever town gets the third show, it's always like an apology when we come on stage. It's like the first night, it's like we smash it, all the energy's there. Second night, we just about carry on. Third night, in like Grimsby or somewhere like that. It's never going to be the best show.
Shit, yeah, I can imagine
But no,
that.
it's of course we party, man. We try and eat as healthy as possible.
I know,
and sleep sometimes, but yeah, we can nail it. And it's like you guys are in bands. I don't know how fucked you are when you get on stage and the energy
That's
kicks
what
in.
you're
It comes back
waiting for,
like,
isn't
yeah.
it?
It just does come back. Somehow it just comes
even
back
as because I can guitarists can maybe get away with it, they can just keep their head down and just play. But vocalists, when you've got to be on it, you've got to be on it.
Vocally,
You
you've got
have
the
to
easiest.
You-
No, I'm joking.
You got to be on it.
Yeah.
And then if you're like really fucked and you've got like the fear and in between songs and you're just like looking down at the floor, you've got to pull through. So
No, I'm not just
bite
that,
the bullet and go for it, man.
Yeah,
It's true.
whenever I've seen you guys, man, you guys will always give 100%, man. Like, so I'll give it to you.
Correct.
So let's you guys, man. You started in 2003, innit?
Yeah,
Right.
2003, 2004. No, it was 2003.
You're free.
15 years ago. Shit.
In this room.
Yeah, in this room, in this very room.
Who was the brains behind TRC, man?
Probably me.
You were the driving force.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I was the really over keen one. Still
So
am.
you just I want to start a band,
No,
man.
actually, you know what, that's a lot. I didn't actually say start the band. It was actually Titch. It was actually Nobby.
Yeah.
Because TRC obviously started from his old graffiti crew, TRC. So it's him and
really?
Yeah.
I
Him
didn't know that.
him and Jabir wanted to start a band.
So Titch is just to give context to Titch. Titch, for people that don't know.
Oh,
He was
Titch.
in Flawless Victory,
Correct. He's also in Crippler,
Crippler, yeah.
and he's now a shaman.
Little skinny Asian guy with glasses. Graffiti used to be stoned off his head. Now he's a spiritual healer in the middle of the Cotswolds.
Literally, like,
If you check this guy's Instagram,
Live,
the
man.
turnaround.
It's
like,
wicked though,
Yeah,
man.
it's wicked.
Because we went to school with him, and he's always like we went to secondary school with him. Always like the nicest kid. Always a little bit mischievous. Do you know what I mean? He was always a little bit lean. And then I think he kind of lost his way with it a little bit. And then I think something deep happened. So he's just like, fuck it, I'm turning my life around.
Then
And then I had a conversation with
That's
him recently, well, maybe a year ago via Skype. I was like, I can't believe it's the same person that I'm chatting to.
That's
it was
amazing,
fucking
man.
wicked,
Yeah,
man.
man.
It was
Yeah,
really,
because
really good.
It's like people
Really
really
nice
think about
bloke.
it. He's an actual really deep person.
Yep.
Like,
Bruv,
really deep.
I don't know him that well, but when I check out his Instagrams, I see pictures of him walking by the cliffs and
Yeah, unbelievable,
up
isn't it?
some valley somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't joking. The first time I saw something like that from him, I was like, is he taking a piss? Like, where's this leading?
He's like
What's
a
going to
pagan.
happen next?
Yeah, so it was Nobby and Jabir wanted to start a band, and And I just wanted to be in as many bands as possible back then. I was like, fuck it, I'll play drums. So for those
Did you
people
play drums at the time?
Yeah, but not very well.
No,
Yeah,
it's
I
so
did.
long ago, I can't remember.
No, I did. So I started drumming. I said Anthony, and then we thought we'd just like take the piss with it a bit. We thought we'd get like 5 singers. So we got the local guy in our school, AC, who was the rapper. We had Anthony, Titch, Jabir, Jamie, and then Aldito joined later on. But yeah, the first show we ever played was at the Swan in Tottenham, and we only played 2 songs because that's all we had. I think we put on the show just so we could play it.
That's got to do it, man.
We got like 9 bar to headline. I think that was it.
So how many people...
that sort of thing sort of went back then, though. Joe, first BDF performance was I didn't even show up, and I only played 1 tune, and that was it. They spent more time setting up than they played doing the fucking gig.
That's fucking nuts. How many people were actually on the stage on that first gig?
I think the first gig it was
8,
me.
7.
Yeah. Well, there was 3
people.
of us on
Amazing.
vocals. Yeah. And it was mad because then we'd have 1, maybe 2 microphones if we were lucky a show. So you're
to throw the microphone to
when
each
he
other.
said, "Oh, you're Chris, happy to
Yeah.
share," I'm like, "Yeah, it reminds me of being back in this room." Anyway, so you'd be constantly just trying to share, pass it around. But we were just enjoying it. You know, we were playing at the shows that we'd been going to, watching bands for the 2 or 3 years before that, and we were just like, "Oh, do you know what? It's good for us just to do our own tunes now in front of friends that we've been
dope, man.
watching." You know, that's what it was all about for us back then.
I remember the first time I saw you, man. It was like the fucking Blazing Squad. What song they do?
You should see
I
the
was like,
original.
this is like not in a bad way, but there were so many of you, man.
The
Like,
original photo shoots, man. There you got to see
they
it.
were
Literally
dope.
Blazing Squad.
Fucking hell, man. Did you guys always intend on doing something different then? Because at the time, everyone was kind of playing the same shit.
I don't know
Then
if
you
we
guys
really
come along,
did,
you've
but
done
I
something
think
different.
I think it was just inevitable because we had Jamie, the old guitarist, and AC were never really into hardcore until they joined TRC, and then they kind of got it. And then they got the vibe, and they were like, "This is fucking wicked, man." When they saw the other bands, and they saw the first show, really, man. Do you know what I mean? The first show they ever went to, I think they were like, "This is," because Jamie used to listen to metal for a while, didn't he?
He's
and
the
then
guy
he
that
went
does
into
he's a rapper, right?
No, that's
AC was the
AC.
rapper.
AC was the rapper.
Oh, sorry,
yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Nah, it's all good. And then, what was the question?
I think, as you just about to say, I think, as you just mentioned, they both weren't into hardcore, but they ended up coming to shows, and then they finally got it.
Yeah.
Because it was like me with like coming to hardcore shows, you sort of like thinking, what the fuck is going on here? Like, there's people just flailing their arms around, going really fucking crazy, and then you're like, oh, I think I've actually found my fucking home.
Yeah, you find a home, and then it's like,
because
because obviously the shock factor of the shows and the madness, if you're not used to it. But then when you start actually hanging around and you get that genuine sense of community, and everyone's like on a vibe, everyoone's drinking, everyone's partying together. It's just like, what the fuck? You were just fighting a minute ago in the dance floor, and then you shared a beer. And I think, they kind of got it from that.
Like I said, a lot of people that don't listen to this music, right? When they see the people doing it, they think that they're devil worshippers, and they
Normally my mum.
but that is the devil music, like. But when they talk to you, they're like, oh shit. This person's actually just like me. They talk about the same street shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
it's true.
That's dope, man. So the first episode was with Prowler, and they said that you guys used to stalk them.
Unbelievable. We've kept that band alive for the last 10 years, man.
But is that true? Like
we literally bumped into each other here.
So you never knew each other?
Never knew each other.
I want to hear your side of it.
So I think we were practicing in this room, and they were practicing in room 3. And I think I'd recognised Nathan at a show, or, I'd seen him about, and then we heard a band where it's like you walk past and then you just hear like beat down, and we're like, I think they're playing hardcore, man. So
sounds like hardcore.
It sounds like hardcore.
Let's go and make friends.
Yeah, it was like that. So I think we just burst in the door, and then we started chatting, and then and that was pretty much it, really.
And then it was only a couple of months later we ended up recording a split together, and that was the first recording that TRC and Prowler did.
Yeah, so I was going to ask about that, man, like, because they told us how that came about with them. I'd like to hear.
I think that
Whose idea was it?
They just didn't have enough money to record any.
Oh, wait.
It's all coming out now.
I think both bands were at the same level. You know, we'd all. I think we both had 3 or 4 songs, and we're like, right, we need to record something. And
because we asked them, they played that. I think the first show as well, didn't they? I'm pretty sure they did.
I think they had more songs than us.
Yeah,
they did. But some of them weren't very good. So we upcut it down for the recording for them.
Where do you go on? Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, and hardcore, like, seeing bands do splits together, you know, we'd see Knuckle Dust and Unite do it, 50 Calibre had done one, so we were like, right, let's do a split as the first thing we record.
Where was your first, like, hardcore show? Like, how did you, man? To everyone.
I saw you lot. My first ever hardcore show, I saw you lot play Watford Rugby Club, or Watford Stitches.
Do you know what that is, Steve?
When you
I went there. Fucking hell.
It's from Watford.
But it was like
I ain't from
99, no 2000.
He's a Watford fan, so he's from Watford.
It was the year 2000 because it was when you had the London Style 2001 T-shirt, 2002 T-shirt.
Wow.
So I remember seeing that. I was like, fucking hell. Because I got friendly with the guys from Cry for Silence.
Oh yeah,
Cry for Silence.
God, that's going back, man.
Yeah. And then from there, I learned about BDF, and then from BDF, I learned about Knuckle Dust, and then that was kind of it. So it was like 2001. It must have been.
Oh
yeah.
shit, man. So when
it was all fresh.
You know that spot then in Watford, do you?
Stitches, yeah, it was by the hospital.
It was just like it was in the hospital. It was like a community room in the hospital.
In the hospital.
But I remember you lot absolutely smashed it, and I was like, "This is a bit of me, man."
I remember seeing Cry for Silence there, PDHM, if you remember them.
Yeah.
Fucking, I saw Napalm Death there one time as well.
Yeah, they had like a little scene there for a bit, and then it got shut down. It was at the rugby club, then it got moved there. Yeah, it was good.
Shit, man.
That was my first ever proper hardcore show, I think.
When was you playing drums at him? So how long was you playing drums for?
In TRC.
When do you decide to transition? On the split, you play drums.
Say again.
On the split, did you play drums?
Yes. Yeah, on the split I played drums, and on Northwest Kings I played the drums.
All right. Yeah,
I didn't do vocals on Northwest Kings. I went to sing after Northwest Kings.
What was that transition about then?
Because I was like, I fucking love being a front man.
Yeah, we can tell.
It's genuinely. I was like, 100%. I was like, I want to be up there, man. Because I was trying to be the front man from behind the kit. I was like, I felt like a dick doing it.
Yeah.
And then I just was like, I want to be out the front with Anthony. I want to be a front man. So I was like, fuck it, I'm doing it.
Anthony, how was you? Because obviously was you cool with that? I mean,
it was hard enough sharing too much with 4. Then
that's what I was going to say.
Too much with 5. But he's right. Like, because Chris was a driving force, making with the band, making sure everyone goes to practice, making sure we were recording when we were live. Shouting, wanting to speak, talking in between songs. But he's good at it though. But naturally, he's good at it, and people listening to it said, "Look, well, you should be up front." Plus, he wasn't the greatest drummer either. He was holding us back. but you couldn't leave TRC. So it's like, well, stick him on vocals. We'll find a place.
What, did you already find a drummer placement before, or did you move and then search for a drummer?
I was moving sneaky behind the scenes for time, trying to find a drummer. For like 6 months on every message board. It was actually. Who did we get in place? Matt from Taking Names. Do you remember a band called Taking Names?
I do. They had a CD on Auction.
They did. And we asked him to play for a bit. So he did play. And we had the drumming situation was a bit off key for like a year, wasn't it? We had him play for a bit. Then we had an old school friend play the drums. But all the time, it's like we were gaining momentum. So I was like, I didn't want to fucking stop doing it. So we just grab any old drummer and just stick him in a rehearsal room for 4 hours. It's like, learn the set. We've got a show. And then who did we get that finally stuck? Lascelles from Prowler. Yeah.
Was he in that from that early?
Lascelles came in just before what? Bright Lights, the album. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, man, fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
So, that's fucking mad, man. So you guys, like, moving forward a little bit, like, how did the Ruction link come up? Did they approach you, or?
No, I think we just started. We were just speaking.
We always wanted to put something out on Ruction because we were in the scene for so long and going to shows.
And you knew about
for us, we were like, oh, wouldn't it be great if we could put something out on Ruction? You know, after we'd done the split demo, you know, we just wanted to put something out, and the timing was right. We'd spoken to Pedro and Poppy, and I think it was like, yeah, you know, we're doing a couple of bands, but we could do
six figures contract.
And then some.
100,000 pennies. How much is that?
we were just nice. Suddenly,
Six
like we
split
had a
contract.
CD.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We were just like,
Yeah.
right, this is what we wanted to do. Like,
yeah,
put
for
something
real,
out.
man.
Yeah, we loved that.
Nah, so you released 2 releases on Ruction.
Yeah.
Northwest Kings, sorry, and Destroy and Rebuild.
Yeah.
Like, was it them? What one of them releases? I think Northwest Kings is a lot of people's favourite.
Of course,
Yeah.
man.
From the
That's
hardcore community
of course,
anyway,
It's
like-
the classic. It's the classic.
That's a classic.
It's the
ain't gonna
classic,
lie.
and it's really funny. It's like probably like 4, 5, maybe 4 years ago, I would listen to that and I would like cringe a bit. I'd be like, oh, but now I listen to some of the latest stuff. I'm like, oh, that's the cringe, man. Put on Northwest Kings.
Why? What's
So-
cringy? What do you find cringy? about?
Well, one, I was drumming, and yeah, I don't know. I just like mistakenly, I thought, oh, we've kind of like moved on from the sound a bit. But now when I listen to it, it's like, no, that was what we were always fucking good at. That's what we should always kind of stuck to. And I know I will probably get onto it later on. Like with things like Nation, even though they're like bigger albums and then they were more widely accepted, I listen to it now. So that's doesn't sound like TRC. It wasn't TRC. It wasn't the right energy. It was kind of, I don't know. You know what I mean?
No, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
No, what? So obviously I was going to ask with Destroy and Rebuild was your
That was the first full length.
full length, and that came 3 years afterwards, man.
Yeah. So 2007. 2007, I think.
2000. Who writes most of the music?
Back then it was Charlie writing the riffs.
Yeah.
And Anthony and we've always done the lyrics. Apart from AC's raps, he would do those back in the day.
We say this is a section of a song. You just write the rap.
Just quickly write it, and if it was bad, we'd say, don't do that. You got to do it like this. Yeah.
I need to go piss, man. Can you
Right,
pause?
let's pause.
Everyone but us. Straight from the heart of London.
It's rolling.
Yo, so we're back from the piss.
Professional.
You know
Speak
what?
for yourself, mate. Fuck, you know, we weren't all there.
No, you guys have to hold
Definitely
it.
longer
I've
than a
got
piss.
We had a little piss party. No, we didn't.
You know what? I've got this annoying cough, so at the moment I've got a bottle of water in my hand and I'm drinking it, trying to soothe my throat, but it's making me want to go piss all the time. So I do apologise, man.
Hydration is important, man.
Oh, for real, man. I know you're into the health thing. I've been trying to drink more water. Apparently you got to drink, what is it, a litre a day?
About 2, ideally.
What does it do? It washes out your body? Because you're
Just
a health freak.
everything,
You're a
man. It
fitness
just
freak.
regenerates every cell. Water is life, right?
I mean, you should tell people. What do you do? You're like
By trade, personal trainer. I also do coaching, life coaching, health and fitness coaching. As I said, teach kids martial arts.
this guy, man. Look at you, man. Anthony, what do you do?
I'm
Drugs.
a-
Yeah, okay.
I'm a barrister's clerk, so
For real?
yeah. So
Oh, shit.
I manage barristers. I've been doing that.
That's big balls,
since
man.
I was 18, pretty much, man. Yeah, so it's
You got to invite us around the mansion, man. I see this guy on Instagram on a beach, on some nice deck chair.
taking the family over there.
I had the family.
Like, you know, we all got credit cards, and I'm worried about the bills.
Oh, you got? Is it a daughter you have?
Son, yeah.
Oh, sorry, a
no-
son. Yeah, right.
Cheers, mate. Yeah. No,
A son
20
now, a daughter later, right?
20 months now.
right.
Yeah, so that's you know, it's changed my perspective on things a lot. You know, it's harder when we're kind of looking at time to go away with a band. You know, it's like, all right, I'm going away for 3 shows. That feels a lot longer when I know I've got a little boy at home. Like, wow, I'm not going to see him for a while now. So yeah, that's, you know, that's changed the outlook a bit.
Do you mind me asking, is that affected the band in a way that, because like when you do have a kid, your commitment does change? Do you have to make some sacrifices for TRC? Like, are there certain things you can't do now?
I mean, you know, I need to. I can't play as much shows, I suppose, on weekends. We kind of work in the week. Like the weekends are the only time I can be with the family.
Yeah.
But in truth, it hasn't affected us too much because it came at a time where I think a lot of people's focus. I know Chris was working a lot more, focusing on his business. You know,
What does
Ben
he
was
do?
working a lot.
Drugs as well, right? No, not Chris. Sorry.
Oh, Ben.
I'm thinking of Ben.
Ben, we never really remember what he does. I think
He
he's
told
like,
me one time,
It's
I remember.
I know. It's like a cross between, I think, recruitment and science. He'll listen to this and be like, "And I've told you so many times what I do."
So vague.
What's You said it right. Cross between recruitment and science is.
I'm trying to figure that link.
That sounds like the most specialised
I'm
career
such a
in the
shit
whole
friend.
world.
No, man. But he does well with what he does. Our drummer
Whatever
James,
that
he's got a
is.
little boy. He plays drums. That's what he does. He teaches drums. So everyone's had things in their lives where, at the same time now, where they want to focus a bit. So it hasn't really affected the band.
I wanted to ask you guys, like, because with my job, I try and the mistake I made. I don't know if everyone in this room has made this mistake. Is I told people at work that I'm in a band.
Oh fuck!
So
Sometimes,
Sometimes,
Yeah.
like, some crazy shit. You know what it's like at gigs, people smoking certain things or acting wilding out, and then people on my work go, "Oh, Munda, you had a good weekend, didn't ya?" And you're like, "Oh, for fuck's sake."
Yeah, imagine when you go to a load of barristers.
That's what I was
and
gonna
judges
ask.
and they
Does
listen
that
to
affect your
what I'm
work? Do
doing.
they see?
Mate,
Yeah.
it's helped.
It's helped me, you know, like as I've embraced it and told people that's what I do, and they find it really interesting. And as I've kind of gone and see clients and stuff, people are generally like, "Oh my God, you're in a band," and they're used to speaking with people that go and play golf on a Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, do some running. That's it. And they chat to me. I was like,
Yeah.
I was on tour, and they just want to listen. They just want to hear about it.
But
You know,
for them,
lots
is
of
it
people that
like-
come down to shows?
What the reaction I get is it's two different personalities because in
Oh,
work
yeah.
I'm chilled and like, "Oh my God, I saw your video and I can't believe you was shouting in the mic and you was jumping around and you was really aggressive."
Well, like
Do you
with
get that?
me, like they listen to the rap bits and they're like, "Oh, is that you? Oh, that's all right." I say, "No, that's not me."
I don't want to
me.
like,
And then, yeah, they hear they're shouting and they're like, "What is that? What are you shouting about? What's got you so angry?" And I'm like, "Oh, I was just."
"I want to pay you
Working
out."
here, working here's got me fucking angry.
And then they see the videos, and you're like, they're like, "That's not the same person. That's not you." And you know, 'cause I'm in a suit all day at work.
Yeah.
And then you know, and then they see the tattoos and stuff. But I mean, we've always worn our own clothes and stuff, and I don't think they quite get it. Like they always associate people doing the bands with being a bit gothic,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
looking a certain
Like
type of
devil
beers.
music, innit?
Exactly. And then they see us doing and what we're doing. They're like, "All right, you're making it a bit fashionable." I'm like, "Oh, so do you like it then?" "No, we like the rapping. Not the shouting."
And you know what? I think it's funny you say that because it goes back to what you were both saying earlier on about when AC and which other guy's name who joined the band?
Jamie.
And Jamie, when they joined the band, you said like they were into it, but they turned up and they've seen people who are into this music, but they're dressed exactly the same as them.
Exactly
like,
that.
People are wearing tracksuits.
That's what always been
Like,
the thing for
that sort of thing.
hardcore. Yeah, it's like, and when like metalers, when they hear hardcore, or they'll like come to a London show, they'll be like, when you know, even when they used to see TRC or listen to TRC, it's like chav hardcore. Like
Yeah.
it's chav
Chav metal.
chav metal, kill the chavs, kill the chavs. It's like it's funny the different labels that get put on things, isn't it?
It's like not all of us want to wear fucking black nail varnish and drink fucking Monster Energy all day, but if you want to do that,
Yeah,
that's up to
man.
you. Like.
Not
on
anymore.
that.
Them days are over for me.
Do you know what? My thing is people just to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
But we should
Exactly.
look. I think it's human nature. Like when you're in a certain sector, you judge the other sector. I think it's just human nature, and that's never going to change.
So I mean,
But-
one thing when I told work, I suppose the furthest that TRC have been overseas. So there's the lawyers have this battle of the band called Law Rocks. It's a charity
shit.
rock
You
show.
must have won that.
Well, no. So I won't play because I'm a professional. So I get to judge it, and they flew me out to Dubai to judge it over there.
Are you
and
for
all
real?
because I'm the singer in TRC, and then it's so jokes the way it's happened. And every time they announce, "Here's Anthony from TRC, played in front of 50,000
Made it.
people at download." And I'm there like, yeah, it sounds about right. That's a 10.
He's on the panel with the drummer from Blur. He's on that.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, bro, I'm serious.
balls, man.
Flown out to Dubai.
Wow,
And then they're
man.
like, TRC, everyone, who the fuck's TRC?
Do you like
Fake it till you make it, man.
So they pay for your flights, your hotels.
Yeah, my work paid because I mean, for work, it was a bit of publicity because, you know, I'm there, I'm working with Chambers. For TRC, it's just like, yeah, we get some publicity. It's all paid for and stuff. So, do you know what I mean? Just riding it while I can, man.
But my work is, I'm trying to think of a time where my band has helped me do something like that, and I can think, never. What about you? What about Steve, Lee?
Mate, when I'm at work, people just, I'm fucking boring at work. Because
You're boring him as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't said much today, man. I thought you were leading from the front.
I'm the sound technician.
He's a sound geezer.
The man with the buttons.
He's a bit like.
I just talk now and again. I had the funny bits.
He does. He's
a little bit like Chris from the Post America podcast. He doesn't really say much. He's just there in the background.
Yeah, but you know what? When I do say something, it's pretty fucking real.
It's profound, isn't it?
Go on then, say something now that's going to change the world.
Oh, fuck off.
Whose birthday is it today?
I don't know, whose is it?
Mark's birthday, isn't it?
Oh, fucking hell, yeah.
Big up to our friend Mark.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Happy birthday,
kid.
Mark, from TRC.
Ex-guitarist of Ironed Out. But let's get back to it. Just moving away from TRC quickly. What music do you guys listen to? I already know the answer to this, so I'm going to just ask it. You guys are big into like... Me,
I'm mainly like house and techno.
You're
like,
big into house and techno?
Massively, man. To be honest with you, like... I never expected it. I always used to like cuss that music until I went to Ibiza one time. And it
goes to Ibiza once.
No, but literally, forgive a cliche, man. Like, it was it just suddenly hit me. I was like, oh shit.
What, the drugs or the
drugs, the fuck. And I was just like, this has changed. It changed everything, man. And I was like, yeah, wow.
So how long ago? When was your first trip to Ibiza?
8 years ago, maybe.
And how many times have you been back since?
Like 3 times a year, man.
The reason I ask that is it's quite mad. Like people that have been.
But I don't just go for that. I'm not just in the fucking.
You go for the beach
for 2 weeks. Like.
If you follow me on Instagram at Chris Robson Life, you'll
check it out. Now, I was gonna say, people that listen to metal music, especially hardcore music, you generally don't listen to techno.
Not at all.
They hate all that shit.
Yeah.
It's like the Antichrist to them.
Yeah, really.
So it's
really,
weird to you to be in a band like TRC and then be really into that rave scene as well.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
It's like two different worlds.
It's just one of those things. I went on holiday and it just hit me.
No, but I like that. I think people should be able to. When I was young, I used to hardcore everything, hardcore 24 hours a day.
See, I've never been like that. If you like looked at my top.
Never. I wouldn't have thought you'd have been like that.
No,
I wouldn't have thought you was like that.
When you just feel like, if I listen to something else, I'm not. It's just a young mentality. But when you get older, you start to realise you can listen to
open
fucking
up.
Mozart.
And to be fair, I think like maybe not like house or techno, but I think the fact that we have always listened to different music is it sounds obvious, but is the reason why TRC has come out sounding different. And it might not just be because I rap in TRC, but because we might say, why don't you play a fucking beat like this? Or give us a feel, something different than your typical... Or the riff will be slightly different because we'll get a lick from, I don't know, some Oasis might have inspired us to do something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And...
Fuck it, man. On our last CD, we've got... I'm a big 80s rock fan, right? So I like all the big hair... Fucking everything I'm not, basically, like
yeah.
Leather jackets, big hair, and like fucking cowboy boots and shit. I love all that fucking music. And that song, you know the song that I've done the long lead on. And I was listening to it the other day, and I was just like, fucking hell, this is basically like a fucking budget Skid Row lead that I just did over this tune.
Oh, you're talking about an Ironed Out song. There's a song where Steve does a lead.
The fuck's the song called?
I can't remember.
What? On the last.
We've got
just looking at the new.
Just
new
reaching
Ironed
for
Out
one of
CD.
the CDs of our, which are now available from Ruction.com.
Future, present, and past.
Nah.
Never-ending cycle.
Never-ending cycle.
That's
Yeah,
See,
so you stole that solo from.
Well, no. I mean, I made it up, but
no, but that's good. I think
the sound of it, I'm just like, fucking hell. It just sounds like someone trying to sound like Skid Row. I wasn't trying to do it, but
this is my thing with hardcore, which is really hard. Is like, to be hardcore, you have to do a certain style, and if you want to make it fresh, you need to bring in other aspects of music. But then, all of a sudden, it doesn't become hardcore.
But I don't know, because like hardcore's always been about, to me at least, the attitude and the scene, not the sound. Because you can, back in the day, you'd have a lineup that might have like Knuckle Dust on it, then it would have Archangel on it, and then it would have E-Town Concrete, for example, right? They're all very different sounds, but you'd all accept them all as hardcore.
Yeah.
Even though Archangel, metal end of the spectrum for real.
Yeah.
E-Town Concrete, a bit more urban. Knuckle Dust a bit more hardcore. But under the umbrella, I would say that's what you listen to as a hardcore
but wouldn't
fan.
you say? And I hope I don't offend anyone. Is a hardcore community a bit snobby in regards of what is hardcore and what isn't? Because if you go online, you always get people going, "Oh, they're not this or they're not that."
Can you imagine what we've been told over the years, man? Do you know what I mean?
Do you
fucking
class
hell.
yourself?
I'm just
as a
remembering
hardcore
some of the
man?
shit that I've said to
100%, yes.
you.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Even when we went a bit like crap for a couple of years, I still always said we were a hardcore band.
What do you count as your crap years?
Probably, as I say, like that kind of like nation period. Couple of bangers on that album, don't get me wrong.
Really?
Yeah. 10,000 Hours, banger. We Bring War, banger. What else was on there? Team UK, banger. Well, that's the song we got the most cussed for, man, because it was like the most commercial. But if you actually listen to the lyrics, all I'm doing is fucking bigging up UK music in every single genre. So people can hate the sound, but I was genuinely the most passion I put into a track was that.
Let's get into it then. So when you drop the video, you play out a song live, right?
Which one? Love
Team
Story
UK.
or Team UK?
You're talking about Team UK, right?
Team UK, yeah.
So when you drop the video, you literally got a lot of hate for that.
Yeah, people were just like, this isn't... It wasn't like TRC, it was very commercial, but it's a banger, and it's still one of my favourite tracks to this day. We didn't write it with the idea of like, this is going to be our hit. It was like, I want to write a tune that bigs up UK music.
But I think at the same time, when you do videos, I mean, obviously we'll come back to talking about videos and shit. When you do videos and you are a band that sort of like is rising in stock and you play bigger shows, people generally go online to talk shit.
Of course they do, 100%.
Videos like
100%, yes.
Mate, even that fucking one that we had sponsored on Facebook. If you read the comments,
in these ends, like, man, it's fucking.
Because you get 70,000 people watching it.
What link are you talking about?
Sorry.
What link are you talking? Are you talking about the Ironed Out?
Ironed Out video.
Yeah,
right, so we had a sponsored one on Facebook, and so I think as soon as you get up to about 50,000 or 70,000 views, whatever it was that we ended up getting, you look at the comments of it. There's like 5 or 6 in there which, what the fuck is this shit? It's like.
It's just like fucking just passive aggressive like Eastern Euros or fucking UK. It's just I'm just calling it as it is because if that's where the people who were saying the fucking mad shit were from.
To be fair, a lot of people from Eastern Europe were fucking loving it as well.
Which is true. Like, I'm not trying to tie everyone with the same brush. Like,
this is a lesson that I've taught myself. I'm trying to teach myself is if you put a video out, you can get 1,000 people love it, and then when you get 5 people hate it, you concentrate on the 5 people. Got 1,000 people loving it, but you're concentrating on these 5 dickheads, and that's what we've got to stop doing. Like,
never really
concentrate on the people that like this.
For me personally, it's never really bothered me like with people say anything negative about it. I'm sure it doesn't bother any of us. But in general,
anyone in a band, if you're doing something and people criticise it, don't worry about it. Just concentrate on the people that are digging your shit.
100%. And I think I knew we were getting some quote unquote somewhere as a band. Where I thought we were like, shit, TRC are kind of blowing up here. Is when people are arguing for and against you between themselves on the YouTube comments, and I was like, "Oh, this is fucking good." And that was with London's Greatest Love Story, actually, when we dropped that video.
That's my favourite TRC.
Is it? Yeah, jokes. Is it jokes, man? I wouldn't have expected that. I don't know why.
Why?
I don't know. I thought that would have got the most like hate from the London lot, to be honest with you, because it was so different to what we did. We just suddenly put this tune out. It was London's Greatest Love Story. Everyone was just like, "Well, what the fuck has happened here?"
It's quite like an epic tune, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And all that.
Yeah.
And the video is fucking well good.
Jokes, isn't it?
Everyone loves that song. I think you're surprised. You'll be surprised, man.
Okay.
Next London show.
Next London song.
Next London
on
show.
repeat. But no, for real. If you've got people arguing for and against you, it's a good thing.
So moving forward, like between 2009 and 2013, you guys had quite a few releases. You parted ways with Ruction. What was the reason for that? Like, did you?
We played T-Don Fest in Leeds, I think, and they were a label that was kind of like blowing up and had been quite synonymous for like a stepping stone label, as it were. Like I think they had Bring Me the Horizon, they had Gallows on them, and we were getting quite a lot of fans from that side of things. And we spoke to Jamie Farrell. He was like, "Look, we'd really like to put an EP out for you." And we thought, yeah, fuck it, why not? And I remember at a London show at the 12 bar, even went up to Pierre, I was like, listen, man, it's not like disrespect. We just want to try and do something new and reach a new crowd. He was like, yeah, cool, man. And I just said, thanks for everything you've done on the last 2 releases, but we're going to try and do something different.
So what releases did they do with you?
They put out the EP. I can't remember what it was called.
I think it was a Revolution Continued.
It had Bastard on it and Sweatbox and London's Greatest Love Story.
And then we did Bright Lights.
Not on them, we didn't.
Well, no, yeah, but that was...
They just put that out. Yeah, they literally just put that out. But then we started to get noticed by the band, that next kind of...
And that was Bright Lights, right, in 2011.
Yes. Yeah.
That was Siege of Amanda. Is it Amanda?
Siege of Amanda, yeah.
Amanda?
Fucking hell, poor old Amanda.
Sorry, Amanda. Siege of Amida.
Siege of Amida.
And this is a parent. This is
Century Media.
Shit, man. That's a big jump. So, sorry, Amanda. Any Amandas out there? So that's a big jump, like.
Well, that was it. I mean, we knew
if
we did the record on T-Dod, because that's when we know the Gallows had released on there, and then we met Stu, who was the bassist at Gallows, and he started managing us then at that time. So that was during when we did the video for London's Greatest Love Story, getting more attention, and that's when he was managing us. And he was getting us out to another crowd, helping us book shows, and that was the point where we started booking more and more shows. We'd be playing more often, and we really found then who are the members in the band that are serious about it, because that's when we lost Nobby, AC, Jamie. It was all.
So who was in the band on Bright Lights?
Bright Lights was me, Chris. That was it. So yeah, it was us.
Charlie on guitar. Lascelles on drums.
Who played it?
Miles played on guitar.
Miles on guitar.
Ben.
And bass player was in and out on it. Preston went on Bright Lights, was he?
Preston, our friend.
I think he might have been in the band, but Charlie played the bass on it.
On the record.
On the record.
Yeah.
So what was that like? Was that a lot of pressure? Did you have to sign contracts and all that?
Yeah.
We had to sign contracts, but I don't think we really felt the pressure, because at that point then because we were playing shows so often, we were together as a band and we were writing songs, and it was just coming to us. And so the idea of putting an album together where I think we were then found our attitude a bit more, defined, cocky, had been out. We were getting a bit more swag, as they say. And so we found it quite easy, I think, to put the songs together. And we had the album quite quick. And there was enough hype around us at the time. We were just excited to put it out.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I don't want to keep saying in the hardcore community, that sounds really bad, but you guys, from what I can see from the outside, we're happy to say we want to blow up. 100%. We want to be a big band. 100%. We want to be successful. We want to be commercially successful.
100% yes.
Did you get hate for that from the hardcore community?
100%. Probably. Hence the track haters.
Is that where that comes from?
Having anger towards everyone reaching success, yeah?
Oh, shit.
If we give them, if it's an opening lyric, if we give them something different, then we've sold out, right? But I was, when I was fucking listening to Slipknot in my bedroom, being the super maggot. Do you remember the super fan?
I remember your Slipknot phase.
I was the biggest Slipknot fan. I was always I want to.
Did you dress up
MTV super fan of Slipknot.
Always,
MTV.
I interviewed Slipknot for MTV.
Mate, he bought fucking the geezer from Slipknot to see BDF.
I brought the guitarist from Slipknot to see BDF. So don't act like I don't shit for the scene, man.
Do you know what?
Was he the geezer that walked out halfway through?
He introduced me to him, and I goes, "Oh right, I was like, all right, mate. I don't really know who you are, but all right, safe." And I was like, "What do you think?" And he goes, "Kind of sounded like Hatebreed." I was like.
Let's be fair, everyone sounded like Hatebreed back then. I was like, everyone was just trying to be the next Hatebreed.
Yeah, exactly. No, but yeah, for 100%, I always wanted. All I remember thinking is one day I want to go on a fucking massive festival stage with TRC. That's all I remember. And then we did both Download and Sonosphere, so I was like, we fucking did it.
Nah,
do you know what I mean? And that's literally all I ever wanted to do.
We've got a friend that I'm not going to mention his name, and his motto is I don't give a fuck about mainstream music. If I play a gig and there's 5 of my friends, that's what I want to do.
Wicked.
And
I still love doing it, of course, bro. I still love doing that.
We all respect him for that, but in my head, I'm like, I'll be honest, like if I write, I'm not trying to be a rock star, but if I write a song, you want people to like it, you want it to
100%.
do well.
Yeah.
I want to play to.
But it's like at the same.
We can't all have that.
At the same time, at the same time though, I've always said like, right, you can play to 5,000 people that download, or was it 50,000, Anthony? What do they say?
It's up to 55,000 now.
Or you play to like 5 people. It's like going to a cinema though. What pisses me off is when only like 10 people turn up. So the band are like, well, fuck it, this is going to be shit then.
Nah,
it's like if you go
that
to a
sucks.
cinema, 5 people in the room, the film's going to still be as good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like the band still have to turn
Yeah.
up. And there was a couple of times when like old TRC members, when we would play like, I don't know, Wigan on a Tuesday or something like that, and there weren't that many people, so well, fuck it, we'll just cancel it then, fuck it off. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean, man? These are the shows that matter the most, man. Do you know what I mean? These are the
because-
fucking ones.
Yeah, for real. Like if you've got 5 people in a room.
They tell the next people,
Yeah,
you get
they would tell the
15
next-
people, and then you start to get...
Yeah, exactly.
And
Next
I
time
just
you
never
come,
like
like,
that
you've got to see
attitude.
this band.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that will appreciate it the most. So I think no matter how many people turn up, you put on a show, right?
It's true. No one starts from the top, do they? Like, let's
Right.
be honest. You always got to build yourself up and get to
Exactly.
a certain point.
But if
Or
you're playing to 5 people
push.
every day, then maybe you should give it up.
Yeah, after
if you
like...
never get more than
after
5
like,
people.
but then and that's always been a thing though. It's like if you've I've got a question to you though, Wayman. How do you keep the enthusiasm? Because how long have Knuckle Dust been going now?
We've been going. The funny thing is, we've been going 20 odd years.
Right.
But TRC have mostly played double the gigs that KD have ever played.
But but still, how because when in a time when bands come and go like that,
Yeah.
every band's suddenly going to be the next best thing, and few bands actually fucking stick it out.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or-
Like few bands in the hardcore scene have
Yeah.
stick it out.
I mean, I think we're lucky because we're at a point where we're not like this massive band, but we can still play a few shows here and there and people that know us want to come and watch us. And I don't know, you guys had a bit of a break before Lifestyle. What was it like missing when you were on stage for that long? Did you start to really miss it? Did you?
Yeah, man.
For
But
me,
I think we also needed it a bit though. We needed a break to reset and think,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
do we want to do?
No, but in your
rather
mind,
than just
you
like,
always knew you was gonna go back to it, didn't you? Like,
yeah.
well, I don't know if you did or not.
No,
but yeah.
I did,
Yeah.
but I wasn't sure how. And then if we came back, would it be like, oh, TRC, why are they still doing it? But then when we came back, people were like, actually, they're still fucking wicked.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
No, but for me, I just really enjoy it.
Yeah,
And
exactly
I think
that.
As long as we're enjoying it, then we'll.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, but get back to TRC, man. So your next release was Nation,
Nation,
the
yeah.
album that you just slagged off. I'm surprised.
Do you know what? It's like,
I'm surprised with this.
yeah, listen,
Very
it
Yeah.
came out like a year after Bright Lights. And whereas, okay, people will say that some of our like best tunes are our most popular songs, right? Like 10,000 Hours, all of that, which they're good songs. Even at the time, it never felt like a TRC record because, like, Anthony wasn't on all the tracks because we weren't sure if he was staying in the band full
Anthony,
time
man,
or not.
what's going on?
Well, because work.
He's with
got
the
a lot-
Barristers, isn't he?
Yeah, but then it was
He was
like
in
that.
fucking Dubai, wasn't he?
In Dubai having a jolly. These guys are working hard in the studio.
But like because they were saying, right, you've got to tour the album lots, right? You've got to really, really tour it. And Anthony couldn't do it because of work. So we were like, okay, cool. So do we put him on all the songs, but then he can't play the shows?
Yeah,
And he was
yeah.
like, what? But we don't want to say you've got to leave the band because I never wanted him out of the band.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
So we were like, well, we'll keep you on some of the tracks. And then it all kind of just went a bit weird around that phase. It didn't sound like TRC, some of the songs.
Of course, you don't want to get a fill-in as well, like to do.
Exactly.
It's not the same fucking vibe, is it? Like,
I mean, yeah, it was. I knew I wouldn't have been able to tour the album. Yeah, I'd used up all my holidays for work, and I didn't want to hold the band back. So I said, look, you've got to have songs without me on because
Do you know what? That's-
when
I
you're doing those
respect that,
tours,
man.
and I was like, well, like
Yeah.
I said, I didn't want the band to stop. I was like, look, this might be as far as I can go with it, but I don't want people to stop doing it. So you've got to go on, and you know, it was hard to then see TRC record doing lots of
Yeah.
stuff without me. And you know what? I was liking the songs as well, and it was kind of, I know I have to do this to help the band, but it's kind of, you know, I'm then sacrificing a bit myself. And we did a couple of I did a couple of songs on the album, but then I think when it came out, I don't know why the band didn't really tour that much, or there were a few tours that said, oh, hold on, I can do those shows. And then it was, it just
This
turned
is
a
blowing
really
my
funny
mind
moment.
because I thought of Our Nation was like, I don't want to say the peak of TRC.
No, it was. It was when we
Yeah.
released it. It was like people were like, "This is it." TRC are fucking
Yeah. You was in Kerrang,
Metal Hammer,
You was in Metal Hammer.
FHM, all sorts, man.
I was like, wow, TRC gone.
Yeah. And then but
Yeah.
we literally just didn't tour it.
When-
That was it. It
When-
was the fact that we did not tour it.
But when at no point when you thought, fuck it, I'm going to give up work and just do this.
100%. But then
you
I
ever-
couldn't do it
did
on
you-
my own. I would have
and
done.
now-
I would have done it. Do you know what I mean?
Who
But
didn't
now,
wa-
looking
Yeah.
back, one, I wouldn't have done it on my own, and two, you can be a bit short-sighted with it. It's like, okay, I could do this full time for the next 3 years and give it a real punt and a real push, and you know what? It could work. But do I want to be, 50 years old in the back of a van where it hasn't quite worked out? So I had to play it. But can we still do what we do very well? Have Anthony back in full time, make bangers, and people still come out to shows? Yeah, we can. So fuck. And then Charlie and Lascelles started doing another band.
Was that
Counting
Counting
Days. They wanted to go quite metal, and I was like, this doesn't sound like TLC anymore.
Yeah,
What are you
yeah,
doing?
yeah.
They started bringing in synthesizers and shit. I was like, what's that? Trumpets.
Yeah, I was asked about this. The Trump of... Whose idea?
It's
whose
true.
idea was it to start bringing in synth?
Charlie's.
And you was against it?
Yeah, I didn't really like
This
it.
is all
man.
surprising me because I
thought
thought
it was
like...
me.
No, I didn't think it was you.
Yeah,
We're being into house and that. No,
Innit?
from the outside...
just come back with my beefer for the first time.
Listen, I was
I heard
never.
this mad
I was,
beating our beef and we've got to put it on a TLC track.
yeah, I was never it wasn't. I was against it, but I was aware something wasn't quite right. It was something different about
You've
it.
got
And
some
then
of
we
that stuff on lifestyle, haven't you? You've got
Uh,
slight...
yeah, but not to the extent where it was going.
Oh,
And
right,
even
okay.
though I love Charlie to bits, and we have like a love-hate relationship, we were clashing too much over the tracks. Like,
Yeah.
and it so in the end it was just like, and then I think they really wanted to push Counting Days, didn't quite work out as they wanted.
Sad as it is, the band flopped, man.
Yeah, it did.
Sorry,
It did.
Charlie.
It did. And then that was what was the show when they wanted to do? They were like, we played Sheffield, and they said, you know what? We think we've taken TRC as far as it can go now, so I think we'll do this one last show.
He just said that out of the blue like that.
In the van up there.
They were talking about leaving for a bit and doing Counting Days, and I'd met up with Charlie, and I said, look, you should stay in the band. He goes, no, I've had enough, and I think it would be good if TRC went out on a high. That's what he kept saying.
Wow.
TRC will go out on a high on a Tuesday night in Sheffield.
Wow.
And he was like, in the van up there, this is going to be the last show. It's been great. And me and Andy were just looking at each other in the...
He wanted to... He said, we'll do this, and then maybe we'll have one last show in London. We'll come back. We're going to leave, but we'll play London.
So basically...
Big show, and then that'll be it for TRC.
And then we're in the van just touching each other. It's like, well, how about tonight's your last show? We carry
Wow.
on.
That was it. And we said, right, guys...
Even more. We were like, fuck it. There's no way we're letting someone else that wants to go do a metal band call an end to our band.
That's bold as
I was
balls.
like, I've just made a sacrifice on the last album so the band can carry on, just for you to turn around now and say, right, the band's going to finish. I was like, well, no, I haven't done that, and we still wanted to play shows.
I don't want to dig because Charlie, he's right. His first band was Bun Them Out, right?
Yeah, he'd been in like
he's-
punk bands before. He's a great
Yeah,
guitarist.
he's a really-
and do you
he's a
know what?
talented-
He
he's a
sounds
talented
like
dude.
he sounds like I'm having a go, and he knows I love him. He knows it's a love-hate relationship, and he'll completely agree with how we're. I'm sure he'd say the same shit in an open interview about me.
Yeah,
But
we're being honest there. We're having
100%, and that's
conversation.
It's not hate, like, it's just being
exactly.
honest.
I think I hope I'm not. What I'm saying is wrong, but I think he done the same sort of thing with Bun Them Out, where he left and he was like, okay, so I'm leaving now, so Bun Them Out has to end. And now people in the band are like, no, we're going to continue on. So it sounds like he kind of done the same thing
Yeah,
with...
potentially. Maybe because, it is what it is, though. Well, we
No, but
carried
it
on,
was- yeah.
and we took a break, and we were a little bit like, okay, but what actually are we going to fucking do?
You're listening to the Everyone But Us podcast, straight from the heart of London.